She said, "Let's keep the wedding money in my account, it's just easier." A week later, she canceled the wedding and flew off on a girls' trip. What she didn't know, I still had access. The moment she landed, I froze the account. Now she's stranded at the airport along with her friends, blowing up my phone with calls, "Please help us." I'm Ryan, 29, and currently enjoying the most expensive lesson in human nature I've ever witnessed. Cost me about $20,000, but the entertainment value is priceless. Jessica and I were supposed to get married this Saturday. Notice I said supposed to. We'd been together for 4 years, engaged for 1, and I genuinely thought we had something solid. 3 months ago, Jessica came to me with what seemed like a reasonable suggestion. "Ryan, we should consolidate our wedding money into one account. All these separate transfers to vendors is getting confusing. I'll set up a new savings account and we can both contribute there." Made sense. Wedding planning was chaotic and Jessica was more organized than me. I'd been contributing about $2,000 monthly to wedding expenses. She was putting in around $1,500. Between both our contributions and some family gifts, we had about $35,000 saved up. Jessica opened the account at her bank, added me as a joint holder with full access. I set up automatic transfers to move my contributions there monthly. Everything seemed normal until last Tuesday. I was at work when I got the text. No phone call, no conversation, just a cold message that detonated 4 years of my life. "Ryan, I can't go through with the wedding. I need space to figure things out. I'm going away for a while to think. Please cancel everything and let people know." I stared at that message for maybe 10 minutes. Then I called her. Straight to voicemail. Called again. Voicemail. Sent her a text. "Jessica, we need to talk about this. You can't just cancel our wedding via text." No response. I drove to her apartment. Her car was gone. I used my key to check inside. Half her clothes were missing along with her big suitcase. That evening, her sister Megan called me. "Ryan, I'm so sorry. Jessica asked me to call and explain." Explain what exactly? She's been having doubts for weeks. The wedding pressure got too intense. She needs time away to clear her head. Time away where? She didn't say specifically, just that she's going somewhere to think. Wednesday morning, I started making the horrible calls. Canceling vendors, notifying family, explaining to friends that the wedding was off. Most deposits were non-refundable. We lost about $12,000 just in cancellation fees and deposits. Thursday, I was drowning in logistics when my phone buzzed with a notification from Instagram. Jessica had posted a story. There she was, grinning at what looked like an airport gate with 4 of her bridesmaids. All of them dressed for vacation, pulling designer luggage. The location tag said Miami International Airport. The next story showed them on a plane, champagne glasses raised, caption, "Girls' trip we needed." Sometimes you have to choose yourself. I screenshotted everything before the stories disappeared. So let me get this straight. Jessica canceled our wedding to think and immediately flew to Miami with her bridesmaids for what looked like a luxury vacation. Friday morning, I got curious about something. I logged into our joint wedding account to see how much money we'd have left after all the cancellation fees. That's when I saw the recent transactions. Over the past 3 days, Jessica had made several large withdrawals and transfers. 2 cash withdrawals of $3,000 each, plus a $8,500 transfer to her personal checking account. She'd taken $14,500 of our wedding fund for her Miami vacation. I called the bank immediately. "This is Ryan Mitchell. I need to make a withdrawal from my joint savings account. How much would you like to withdraw, sir?" "All of it." I drove to the bank that afternoon and closed out the entire account. $20,500 remaining after Jessica's withdrawals. Every penny I'd contributed over the past year, plus the interest. Left Jessica's portion, the $1,500 monthly she'd been contributing. Transferred that to her personal checking account with a note, "Your money returned as requested." See, here's what Jessica didn't think through. She'd been using our joint wedding fund as her main source of cash for this trip, figuring there was plenty of money and I'd never notice right away. But as a joint account holder, I could withdraw everything legally. Which I did. Friday evening, Jessica posted more Instagram stories. Fancy dinner in South Beach, expensive cocktails, designer shopping bags. all about to become a very expensive problem. I went to bed that night knowing Saturday was going to be interesting. Update 1. Saturday morning, the day we were supposed to get married, started with my phone exploding. 8:47 a.m. Jessica calling. I let it go to voicemail. 9:15 a.m. Jessica calling again. Voicemail. Text message from Jessica. Ryan, call me back now. My cards aren't working. Unknown Miami number calling. Voicemail. I listened to the messages over coffee. First voicemail. Jessica's voice confused. Ryan, something weird is happening. My card got declined at breakfast and my banking app is showing a weird balance. Call me back. Second voicemail. More panicked. Ryan, this isn't funny. My account is almost empty and we have 3 more days here. The hotel is asking for a credit card update. Third voicemail from the unknown number. One of her bridesmaids. Ryan, this is Ashley. Jessica's having a meltdown. Her cards keep getting declined and she says her account is empty. Can you please call her back? I poured myself another cup of coffee and checked Instagram. Jessica had posted a story at 7:30 a.m. Her and the girls at an expensive beachfront brunch spot. Caption, living our best life. Too bad the credit card probably got declined before they finished eating. 10:55 a.m. Jessica calling again. This time I answered. Ryan, thank God, something's wrong with my account. All my money is gone. That's unfortunate, I said calmly. What do you mean unfortunate? You need to help me figure out what happened. I know exactly what happened. What are you talking about? I withdrew my contributions from our joint wedding account. Silence for maybe 15 seconds. You what? I took my money back. The money I contributed to our wedding that you canceled. But I need that money. We're stuck in Miami. Jessica, you canceled our wedding via text and stole wedding money for a vacation. Why exactly do you think I'd leave my money there for you to spend? I didn't steal anything. It was our money. Our money for our wedding, which you canceled, so I took my money back. You can't do that. Actually, I can. Joint account, remember? I withdrew exactly what I'd contributed. But now I'm stranded. You're stranded because you made terrible decisions with money that wasn't yours to spend. Ryan, please, the hotel wants payment and my credit cards are almost maxed. Sounds like a you problem. A me problem? We were supposed to get married today. We're being the key phrase. You canceled that, remember? More silence. Ryan, don't be like this. I made a mistake with the timing, but I'm in real trouble here. You're in trouble because you stole money for a vacation the day after destroying our relationship. I was going to pay it back. With what? You don't have a job. So you're just going to leave me stranded? I'm going to let you figure out the consequences of your own choices. I hung up. 11:40 a.m. Ashley calling from the Miami number. Ryan, this is Ashley again. Look, I know Jessica handled this badly, but you can't just abandon us down here. Why not? Because we're broke. None of us brought much money because Jessica said she had everything covered. With stolen wedding money, she said you guys had agreed to take a break. We agreed to nothing. She canceled our wedding and stole our money. Ryan, please. We're sharing 2 hotel rooms and the bill is $2,400. If we can't pay, they're gonna kick us out. Ashley, not my problem. You went on vacation with someone else's money. Figure it out. This is insane. What's insane is 5 adults going on vacation without bringing their own money. I hung up on her too. Update 2. The desperation escalates. The calls kept coming all day. Jessica, Ashley, and 2 other bridesmaids taking turns trying different approaches. The guilt trip. Ryan, we're scared. The hotel manager is getting aggressive about payment. The bargaining, if you just wire us enough for hotel and flights, Jessica will pay back everything. The threats, we're going to dispute this with the bank. You can't just steal community property. My personal favorite was around 3 p.m. when Jessica's maid of honor called. Ryan, this is Sarah. What you've done is theft. That money was for your wedding. The wedding Jessica canceled. She was having pre-wedding jitters. That's normal. Normal people don't steal wedding money for Miami vacations when they have jitters. You're being vindictive. I'm being logical. She canceled the wedding, so I retrieved my wedding contributions. But now we're stuck. You're stuck because you chose to vacation on stolen money. The Instagram stories were getting more desperate too. Jessica posted one around 4 p.m. of them sitting by the hotel pool, but the caption had changed from celebration to damage control. Dealing with some unexpected issues, but making the best of it. Around 6 p.m., I got a call from Jessica's mom. "Ryan, what is going on?" Jessica called me crying, saying you've abandoned her in Miami. "Hi, Mrs. Walsh. Jessica canceled our wedding and took our wedding money for a vacation. I withdrew my contributions." She's scared and confused about the wedding. That's normal. What's not normal is stealing $14,500 for a vacation after canceling your wedding via text. $14,000? Plus whatever she's spending down there. Hotel rooms, restaurants, shopping, flights for 5 people. I had no idea it was that much money. "Mrs. Walsh, your daughter destroyed our relationship and stole my money. She can figure out her own way home. Ryan, please, just help her get back and you can sort this out." "There's nothing to sort out. She made her choice. I'm very disappointed in you, and I'm very disappointed in your daughter. Guess we're even." I hung up and blocked her number. By evening, the Instagram posts stopped completely. Jessica's last story was at 7:15 p.m., showing just their hotel room. No caption. Update 3, the meltdown. Sunday brought a new level of desperation. 9:30 a.m., Jessica calling, voice hoarse. "Ryan, please, I'm begging you. We got kicked out of the hotel this morning." "Why?" "Because my card got declined for the final payment." "We're sitting in the lobby with our luggage." "Have you tried calling your parents for money? They don't have thousands of dollars just sitting around." "What about your friends' families?" Ashley's parents hung up when she explained the situation. The others are too embarrassed to call home. Sounds like poor planning all around. "Ryan, I know you hate me right now, but please don't punish my friends for my mistakes." "I'm not punishing anyone. You chose to bring them on a vacation you couldn't afford. I thought we had the money. We had wedding money for our wedding that you canceled. I'll pay it all back." "With what income? You quit your job, remember?" That hit hard. Jessica had quit her marketing job 6 weeks ago to focus on wedding planning and prepare for married life. "I'll find another job. Good luck interviewing from a Miami hotel lobby." "Ryan, what do you want? What will it take for you to help us?" "Nothing. This isn't my problem to solve." "How can you be so cold? How can you be so entitled? You stole my money for a party." I hung up. Around 2 p.m., I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. "Is this Ryan Mitchell?" "Yes. This is Manager Santos from the Fontainebleau Hotel. We have some guests here who've given us your number regarding a payment issue." "Let me guess, Jessica Walsh and her friends." "Yes, sir. They're claiming their account was frozen and asking us to call you about payment." "Their account wasn't frozen. They spent money they didn't have." "Sir, we just need to confirm. Are you willing to guarantee payment for their remaining charges?" "Absolutely not." "Understood. We'll handle this internally then." "What does that mean?" "Hotel policy for payment disputes. Security will escort them off property and will pursue collection through normal channels." That sounds appropriate. Monday morning, Jessica's sister Megan called. "Ryan, I had to wire Jessica money for plane tickets. They're flying home this afternoon." "Good for them." "They spent the night in the airport. Airport security let them stay since they had boarding passes." Sounds uncomfortable. "This was cruel, Ryan." "Megan, your sister canceled our wedding via text and stole our money for a party. How exactly was I supposed to respond?" "With forgiveness. I'll forgive her when she pays back the $14,500 she stole. She made a mistake, an expensive, deliberate mistake that she planned and executed. So now what? Now she deals with the consequences." "Are you going to take her back?" "Take back someone who steals from me? Not likely." Final update. 3 weeks later. Jessica made it back Tuesday evening. Wednesday, she showed up at my apartment. I opened the door to find her looking like she'd aged years in 2 weeks. "Ryan, we need to talk." "No, we don't. Please, just give me 5 minutes." Against my better judgment, I let her in. "I know I messed up everything," she started. "That's an understatement. I panicked about the wedding. Everything felt so overwhelming and permanent. So you stole our money and went on vacation. I didn't think of it as stealing. What did you think of it as? Using our money for something I needed. Our wedding money for our canceled wedding." She was quiet for a minute. "I want to make this right. How? I'll pay back every penny I spent in Miami. That's about $14,500. What's your plan? I'll get a job. With what reference? You quit your last job to plan our wedding. Someone will hire me. And in the meantime, could we maybe try to work things out? I actually laughed. Jessica, you canceled our wedding via text and stole our money for a party. What exactly do you think we're working out? I made a huge mistake. I want us to try again. You showed me exactly who you are when you thought you could get away with it. I believe you. That's not who I really am. It's exactly who you are. When things got tough, you bailed and took my money with you. She started crying. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. You meant every part of it. The text, the money, the vacation. You just didn't mean to get caught. So that's it? 4 years and you're just done? You were done the moment you sent that text. I'm just catching up. She left crying. Haven't heard from her since. I kept the $20,500 I withdrew and put it toward a down payment on a new place. Turned out to be a solid investment. Jessica's bridesmaids have been posting passive-aggressive social media about friends who abandon you and financial abuse. Ashley specifically posted about controlling ex-boyfriends who leave you stranded. The irony is beautiful. They're mad at me for not funding their theft vacation. Some people asked if I feel bad about leaving them in Miami. Not really. 5 adults went on vacation with stolen money and got mad when the theft victim didn't fund their getaway. The best part? Jessica could have talked to me about postponing the wedding if she was overwhelmed. Could have asked about taking a smaller trip to clear her head. But asking would have required honesty and communication. Instead, she chose theft and abandonment. Now she's dealing with the natural consequences of that choice. Thanks for letting me share this expensive life lesson. Sometimes the best revenge is just protecting yourself and letting other people's bad decisions play out naturally.